Hello, everyone. Welcome to Field Questions. This is a space where I enter the field and I allow that articulation to come through in the form of questions. I could give you a reading, but we've done that already. We're over that type of observation and validation. So these questions are meant for you to participate with the same collective field that we're all feeling and moving and living life through, but because we are also individuals, we need to experience and clarify and move on the same energy from our own core. So that's why, even though these questions are collective, the answers are slightly different, fractals different. The questions are for you, they're an excuse, are for you to spend time with yourself to get aligned into a specific strain of coherence and into a specific frequency. So the questions are a living thing. It's not the point for you to sit with your journal, write down the question, and then immediately write down the answer. Even if an answer comes immediately, that answer, if you work with this, because it is a living question for the week, that's my practice of how I like to work with these questions, it keeps clarifying day by day. And that clarity is a refinement of your coherence, a refinement of your alignment to your soul. And it's supposed to be allowed, the answer is supposed to be allowed to keep landing. If you want to go deeper, because this is just one card, one question, email me and I'll send you a worksheet for you to go deeper with additional questions on each card. And that's also free, because I really believe this is collective work. Then if you want to go deeper from that platform, let's just say, then you can contact me for a session and we'll go even deeper and more specific together. But the point is, and these worksheets, sometimes they're stupidly simple. But when you have a piece of paper and you print this out and you're just leaving it on a counter and you're peeling some potatoes and you're like, you know what? It's a little bit different today. I'm going to take some notes. And then you keep coming, and it's not about filling out the worksheet. It's about really a motif, a reason. It's simply a container. Okay, you got the point. Let's get into it. So the first card that I picked, and again, the cards, it's just because I love them. I got the sun. How beautiful, right? But when I tuned into this energy, it almost felt like I was tuning into someone that kind of thought there's no point in life. You know, they're just kind of going with a whatever, with the day. But then something happened, kind of extreme or more intense or whatever. And they came, it's a little morbid, but they came into that existential point where all of a sudden they were proven wrong. That somehow now they're seeing that there is not just one, but there are many points of life that still need to be lived before departure from this life. So that was kind of the immediately that first energy when I entered the space of the sun. So the question that arose from that space was, where in your body do you begin to feel life again? This is a somatic, this is an embodiment question. Especially with this card, I want you to keep coming back, right? Because throughout the week, you're going to notice, this is where I feel alive again in my body, right? And write that down so that it kind of grounds even more. The next card was the High Priestess. What an amazing sequence. I mean, mind blown, right? And the same thing, I first got this background of this card, right? The overall energy, which was, you need to fill up the senses now with the spirit of you. And it was hard at first to articulate, okay, with that, what wants to come through. And so interesting what came through was that, can you make a list of values, characteristics, descriptions of what is you now? And you have to be careful, because this question is not to define you. It is simply a description of you now. And it's not forever, but right now, maybe just simply words. What words are coming up over a week, not just for 3 minutes as you're sitting with this question, over this week? What is you? Articulate those questions so your personality, your brain, your body can hear that reflection of you back to itself, right? And it has something, it has a word to attach to the spirit of you. I love this so much. And then the third question, the King of Cups. I mean, this whole series, the whole sequence, you can't make it up. I mean, for real. And it's each time. And each time my mind is blown. It's like, holy cow. The question, there was no hesitation with this question. It was, what does healing look like for you now? Because, see, healing, it is no longer what it used to be. Before, I felt like it was heavy duty practices, therapy, structure, but it felt very heavy duty. I felt a responsibility with it. Now you have to be careful, because now you're shifting into less survival, more living, more participating with life, more acceptance, more joy. And your healing, it doesn't stop, but it also has to morph so it doesn't drag you down into the hole, right? And so the question was, what is much lighter that you do, or that you really enjoy doing, that feels very nourishing, that fills you up in ways you didn't think of it as healing, right? And this reminds me simply of coloring, of an art project, of your workout routine. You might be lifting weights and you kind of define that as, whatever, building muscle and increasing your metabolic rate or whatever, whatever, whatever. But now, when you look at it from the sun, from the high priestess, from this totally different state of your nervous system, what can you call healing that you didn't realize how healing that activity was? And start rebalancing some of these definitions so they become lighter, so you don't have this high-low difference in your day as you move about your day, right? So to me, these questions and the practice of how you engage with these questions are meant to elevate you in a totally different frequency as a practical embodiment of literally how you move through the day. Anyway, this this was beautiful, but I want to say every field question I take is like, holy cow, was this beautiful. So anyway, have a beautiful day. Let me know how is this reaching you? How are you participating with this? And yeah, have a beautiful week.